I'm Cam Weiland. For many of us, dialogue is one of the most enjoyable parts to write in any story, which can make it kind of surprising that we can sometimes end up neglecting it to our story's detriment. Today I want to use as an example one of C.S. Forester's little-known works, Rifleman Dodd. For those of you unfamiliar with it, this is a tiny book of 150 pages about a rifleman fighting in the British Army during the Peninsular War in the early 19th century. The book is actually a very interesting and surprisingly unsentimental look at a soldier's life during the period. However, the main part of the book, about our heroic rifleman trying to work his way through Portugal and Spain to return to his regiment, contains almost no dialogue since our protagonist can't speak Portuguese. In contrast, the book also features a handful of scenes about a squad of French soldiers. These scenes, although about the story's antagonists, are actually the more interesting by far, if only because they contain, drumroll please, dialogue. So, the obvious lesson here is include dialogue. That absolutely doesn't mean that description, internal narrative, or action scenes aren't interesting, but good stories contain a balance of everything, and dialogue goes a long way toward breaking up potentially tedious scenes and making certain readers stay focused. So, think of dialogue as sort of like salt. It perks up the readerly taste buds and just makes everything else taste better. So be on the watch for scenes that you could spice up with a little dialogue exchange. However, don't insert dialogue just for the sake of inserting it. You don't want your dialogue to lose that strong underlying context of conflict and or tension. It needs to drive the plot forward. If you can contain that kind of dialogue and feature it prominently in your stories, you're likely to keep readers solidly hooked.